lives lost in the shooting. Today in the cafeteria, we have pulled pork tacos, chicken sandwiches, chef salad, crispy onion fries, and mandarin orange slices. In this sports fight, boys and girls tennis will travel to more today. FCA will meet tonight at 8:30 at the gym. Remember to get your prom tickets from Miss Lindbergh in room 104. Tickets are $25 each. Want to go to prom play being dressed? The Prom Project can help you out if you are a junior or a senior. The counselors have a form that you can fill out and take to Miss Peak in the library. She will help you get the contact information needed to get the dress for the big day. Seniors, the Oklahoma State Fair Scholarship is now open. Information is on the wooden arrow in the counselor's office. Native American students, the American Indian Chamber of Commerce Oklahoma Scholarship is now available.
Because we're going to be doing the
Oh,
walkout.
LOL awkward?
If you are interested in taking summer striper ed, please sign up in the main office. Space is limited and is filling up quickly. It is on a first paid basis, so bring your money as soon as possible to reserve your spot. You must be at least 15 years old by May 24th. Seniors who are planning to attend a trade school in the fall need to see Ms. Poole about a scholarship. Academic team will meet today after school. Pre-enrollment will conclude tomorrow night. The freshmen are going to UCO today. Those who have failed this past 9 weeks will not be allowed to go. Funds will be provided. Slow pitch will compete in the Big Cat Classic tomorrow through Saturday. Track will head to Duncan on Friday. Boys and girls tennis will travel to Shawnee, and baseball will host Mount St. Mary. Baseball will host Chandler on Saturday, and there's no school on Friday. Spring break is next week. An update on the race for long lunch. Class of 2021 has 51 packets. Class of 2020 has 49, and class of 2019 has 30 packets. Here's Tracy from Moment of Silence.
As we begin another day, let us pause for a moment of silence to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in any other silent activity.
Oh, he did.
My brother swears over his house now. What's that on his phone? What is it?
And the walkout can go to the bus depot. If you do not want to go, please remain in your room. Teachers, use your judgment as to whether or not you accompany the children. Thank you.
Watch him out. You should have said it in there. How did I? No,
Alright guys, I'm just file in. Spread around if y'all want. Make room.
She caught some hand. Like horn again. I was like, oh god. That was good.
Alright guys, make some room. Just spread out around. Y'all can come closer, y'all can spread around. How you doing, Chance?
Good, Ronald. How you doing?
Think I have to, my landlord?
Yes.
And? You didn't expect this much? I did. I expected more once.
Part of me was thinking no one's gonna show up today, so you have all like certified
Alright, I think that's everyone. It's still coming. It's still coming. Alright guys, before we start, I just want to say that if y'all aren't out here for the right reason, you're just here to get out of class, please report back to class. And I also, as your fellow peer, want to ask for your uttermost respect and honor as we do this, because this isn't about us. This is about the 17 victims that passed away in the Parkland shooting. And we're going to start this off with Kaylee's poem.
Alright, so I'm gonna try my best not to drop this or the paper. So here it goes. This is just called school shootings. After Miss Wilsey's class, a couple of days after the shooting, we were discussing, what all's happened, and as a poet, I was like, I just really need to write my feelings down, so this is basically what he says. I'm the American school system. I'm where you drop your kids off again and again. I'm the scary big building to those little minds. I'm where your kids should have multiple joyfully endless times. I'm where your children go to learn life lessons. I'm supposed to be an educational blessing. I'm a little kid. My parents are taking me to school again. I cry for the safety of their arms, yet all tears are gone whenever we sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm. I'm a little kid, not afraid to go to school. My teacher and classmates make it cool. I'm a little kid, and school is a safe place. Why do I hear screaming and see a bad guy chase? I am a teacher. I love all my students, even if they act like creatures. I spend most of my life helping these kids learn, yet some days it feels like all I do is remind them that they will get their turn. I'm a safety net for these kids. I help keep their problems on mends. I would do anything for all of them, yet after losing one, how do you expect me to teach again? I am a parent. My kids are always school sent. Every day I drop them off, sometimes in a hurry, but never once have I had to worry. The first day they cried for me to come back and not leave them behind. Not once. Now once they enter those doors, I barely crossed their mind. They worried it would be scary at first. I reassured them there was nothing to worry about, feeling my own worries begin to burst. Now I drop them off without second thought, but I guess life had a lesson to be taught. I am the school shooter. Many people think I'm the devil's recruiter. No one knows what's really going on in my head. Not even I know. That's why whenever this is over, I'll be the final one to end up dead. I am the school resource officer. Every day I try to make this place a little nicer. The kids think I'm too intense, and my dedication to them doesn't make sense. I worry for them, and I defend them, even when my worst nightmare comes true again. See one of my students, finally it seems as this world has won. They stand at the end of the hallway holding a gun. I'm the American school system. Just another day goes by, yet I'm falling apart again. I'm supposed to be a welcoming face. That was until the gunman chase. Scenes from an army base. Your kids aren't supposed to be afraid of me past day one. They were also never supposed to see a gun. I am society. I hear of another school shooting. Everyone's thoughts and prayers I am recruiting. I want to do something, but it's easiest not to think about another mass shooting. It's easier for us all to push it aside, leave flowers and teddy bears on the fence for people to see as they walk by. Let's ignore our future generations' cry. Let's give a single moment of silence for those who have died. I am the victim. My friends and family will never see me again. I was at school to live and learn, but I guess the shooter thought I didn't deserve life's turn. I never took this shooting nonsense serious. It was never supposed to happen to us. No one thought it would happen here. But now that it has, maybe society will hear. Sorry. I am the hero. I busted through a room and brought kids to safety. Many of them were afraid of me. Their tears and trembles I will never unsee. They were all afraid they were going to die. This is a school, not a place for the final goodbye. We are the people who occupy the school. We've been told to use our voices as a tool. We haven't always understood the news, but now we can take our cues. It's time for these shootings to end. We're tired of it becoming the newest trend. No one should ever fear going to school. No one should ever face a trauma at school, and yet so many people do. When will there be an end to this violence? When will society acknowledge its existence? Will people ever hear our terrified cries, or will it just be more thoughts and prayers after we were robbed our final goodbye? So much pressure to stay in school, to be the educated kid. Would you do it if your life were up for bid? We started out young and afraid to leave our mother's side. Now when our mother gets a phone call from school, she prays no one has died. We are the voices of those who want change. We can't let school shootings just have the stage. Look at our tear-soaked faces, our blood-stained hallways. We refuse to go back to normal after a couple of days. We are not too far gone, and we will fight on. Your thoughts and prayers are appreciated, but we're hoping for protection and change in a society who is dedicated. We are the student body. We're tired of holding our hands up in surrender to somebody. Do you hear our cries now after another gunman has taken his bow? How many more lives have to be taken before we can make our school system safe again?
Alyssa Aldorf, 14. She was a student at Stoneman Douglas and a soccer player for Parkland Travel Soccer. Scott Bagel, 35. A geography teacher, he was killed as he tried to usher students back into his classroom when the shooting broke out. Martin Duke Anguiano, 14. He was a funny kid, outgoing, and sometimes really quiet. He was sweet and caring and loved by all his family. Most of all, he was my baby brother. His brother Miguel. Nicholas Dort, 17. He was a senior at Stoneman Douglas. He was killed in the shooting. The University of Indianapolis confirmed he was recruited for the university swim team and would have been a freshman this incoming fall. Aaron Feist, 37. An assistant football coach was killed when he threw himself in front of students to protect them from oncoming bullets. He died the same way he lived. He put himself second. He was a very kind soul and a very nice man. He died a hero. Jamie Gutenberg, 14. My heart is broken. Yesterday, Jennifer Bloom Gutenberg and I lost our baby girl to a violent shooting at her school. We lost our daughter, and my son Jesse lost his sister. I am broken as I write this, trying to figure out how my family gets through this. We appreciate all the calls and messages, and we apologize for not reacting to everyone individually. Hugs to all, and hold your children tight. Her father, Fred. Chris Hickson, 49. He would give students rides or lunch money, and if they needed it, open up to his home to them. He just loved being around kids and giving back to the community, his wife, Deborah, said. Luke Hoyer, 15. His cousin Grant Cox called Luke an amazing individual, always happy, always smiling. His smile was contagious, and so was his laugh. Our Luke was a precious child. Cara Loren, 14. Kara danced at the Drake School of Irish Dance in South Florida. Kara was a beautiful soul and always had a smile on her face, the dance studio said in a statement. Gina Montellado, 14. Gina was a member of the Winter Guard on the school's marching band. I know somewhere in the heavens she's designing the latest and greatest trends and has her art book she always carried with her as well, her aunt Sean Sherlock said. Joaquin Oliver. He was born in Venezuela and moved to America when he was 13. He had just gotten his U.S. citizenship a month before he died. Among friends at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, he was known as Guap, a moniker that appeared on his Instagram account. His interests were football, basketball, the Venezuelan national soccer team, urban graffiti, and hip-hop. Elena Petty, 14. Elena's family said that she was vibrant and determined. She had volunteered after Hurricane Irma hit Florida in September. Elena loved to serve. She was also a part of the Helping Hands program of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. While we will not have the opportunity to watch her grow up and become the amazing woman we know she would become, we are keeping an eternal perspective, her family said. Meadow Pollock, 18. Meadow, 18, had been accepted at Lynn University in Boca Raton. Meadow was a lovely young woman who was full of energy. We were very much looking forward to having her join our community in the fall. Helena Ramsey, 17. Helena was a smart, kind-hearted, and thoughtful person. She was deeply loved and loved others even more so. Though she was somewhat reserved, she had a relentless motivation towards her academic studies, and her soft, warm demeanor brought the best out in all who knew her. She was so brilliant and witty, and I'm still wrestling with the idea that she is actually gone. Alex Shatner, 14. Alex participated in the school marching band and orchestra, playing baritone in the former and trombone in the latter. Carmen Shentrup, 16. Carmen was a National Merit Scholar semi-finalist. Peter Wang, 15. Peter had been a member of the Junior ROTC program, and his parents owned a restaurant in West Palm Beach. It's hard to not have him in the hallways anymore, because me and him used to laugh with each other. He used to make me smile, and now he's gone. Close friend Kelsey. The names you just heard were the 17 victims of the Stoneman Douglas shooting in Parkland, Florida. On February 14, 2018, 3 teachers and 14 students were robbed of their lives by a monster who will not be named. That monster does not deserve the recognition the victims do. Today, we gather to remember all those who have lost their lives or loved ones to a senseless act of violence. We are here to be the voice that was stolen from them. We are here to say that enough is enough.
Now, we're going to do 17 moments of silence for the 17 victims that were lost. We're doing 17 seconds for each victim.
So, Alyssa Alder.
Alyssa Alder. Scott Bagel. Martin Duke Anguiano. Nicholas Dorwet. Aaron Faze. Jamie Gutenberg. Chris Hickson. Luke Hoyer. Kara Logren. Gina Montalto. Joaquin Oliver. Elena Petty. Meadow Pollock. Helena Ramsey. Alex Shatner. Carmen Shentrup. Peter Wang. That's all the names of the Parkland victims. The fact they were taken from us means that we have to speak up in their place. And with that on your mind, y'all are released back to class.